Would you, Maurice?
You know what? It was just destiny. You know, sometimes you have to go through adverse situations to be able to overcome certain things. And this is just for these young men to just show the character that they have and just their belief in one another and the coaching staff as a whole.
How about that? It had come almost so easy for you during the regular season. I thought you guys really sputtered somewhat last week, and then this first half, I mean, you got to be pulling your hair out at halftime.
Well, you know, we were hit with some adversity this morning. Trey Mobley did not play today. He hurt his foot, and he wasn't able to go. So our offense as a whole was off sync because our number one receiver was out. But because we have such a diverse group, so the kids were able to go out there. The ones whose numbers were called, they went out and made plays in the second half, and they did a good job.
Did you have a good feeling? Did you see it in their eyes? Did you see something?
I saw belief. I saw belief. The one thing that we know is that God is in control and that He loves all of us as a whole, but the guys just had to believe. It's what you believe. If you don't believe it, it doesn't make a difference. But they showed their belief the second half, and they came out here and performed, and they did what they were required to do.
To do this tonight, is this maybe a team of destiny?
It's been written. Before man was created, God already ordained for Trotwood to win the championship.
They felt that if they showed you some adversity that maybe you would fold. That's pretty close to a quote from what I heard about 5 minutes ago. He gives you a lot of credit for not having done so. What do you think of that?
I'm just proud of our kids for overcoming. Like I said, they've been in adverse situations, but they haven't had to do it on a stage like this. And tonight they showed the true character and the true belief in each other, and that they do have gifts, they do have talent. But with those gifts and talents, if you don't work, it doesn't matter. And they went out there the second half and just executed the game plan.
Hey Mo, talk a little bit about your quarterback, Mike Simpson, at halftime. What'd you say to him, and about him also being here and on this team after 2 years at Chaminade?
Yeah, Mike is just our leader. You know, as a quarterback, you have to assume the responsibility, good and bad. The first half, he didn't have a great first half. But like I said, with Trey not being there, that's really one of his go-to guys. You know, not having that continuity and that belief. You know, he had to go in there at halftime and just believe the guys that were going to be in there were going to make plays, and in the second half they did.
What about Israel? He had to fill in for Antoine Gilbert, big shoes to fill. He's done great all year, and then he really ran hard in that second half. A little bit about him.
Well, Israel is a guy who is just determined to be great. He always gets overlooked sometimes because of Antoine and having all day behind him. But you know, the one thing about him is that cat goes in the weight room and he works his butt off. He works his butt off in the classroom. He works his butt off in practice. He's been banged up probably the last 8 games, but he came out here and nobody's ever seen the fact that he was banged up. And he just continues to just execute and do well.